streams of our lives, right? So I got great news for you. I went out and I got Apricot Sky, my 1995 classic. I got Apricot Sky digitized today, and it kind of wore me out. Just to be honest, I had to look for a digitizer, and I mean it was just very tiring. And then I was worried that my flash drive wouldn't be big enough, right? So here I am. I'm going to a digitizer. Like, how much of a flash drive do you need, right, to digitize 72 minutes? It wasn't so clear. So I think, oh, my fat flash drive is just not going to be good enough. I mean, do I really want to go to a bunch of strangers with an inadequate flash drive? I mean, this movie, it's an unseen classic. I don't know why it never got picked up for distribution. I mean, it touches on some of the most profound parts of the human experience. And really the only thing that can account for the failure of this movie to get picked up is discrimination against those with a conservative viewpoint. So I was worried about my flash drive. So I show up, I hand over my VHS of Apricot Sky, and I give him my 8 gig flash drive, and I said, I hope it's big enough. And he said, oh, no, Sonny. No. We need at least 32 gigabytes. So I have a backup flash drive with about 83 gigabytes on it. But I've got, 100 of my videos backed up on there. So what if in the process of transferring over Vanilla Sky to my big flash drive, they somehow erase the classics of these live streams that we've been producing? Because what you and I are doing right now, this isn't February 1st, 2021. I mean, we're not all about the news and like, oh, silver's going up and how's GameStop today and how about Joe Biden and Republicans getting taken over by the radical right wing and have Antifa and Black Lives Matter calm down. No, we're not going to waste our time with gay stuff like that. We're gonna cut to the very essence of the human condition, and really, this live stream it's an intervention, because I've got a friend who's about to go postal. He's developed some very intensely anti-Chinese racist sentiments, and I'm going to try to use this live stream to help him get in touch with his feelings, and so that he can learn to be a good friend to himself, and so he doesn't have to do anything that he might regret. So I'm thinking of this live stream to save one Jewish life. It's as though you saved the entire world. So I'm going to try to use this live stream to save one Jewish life. That looks like a bogan. Look, I weighed an extra 15 pounds then. This was before modafinil. But Apricot Sky, it's coming. It's being digitized. Like if I get the call, if I get the text message, like I'm just gonna break off this stream and throw down some Mark Shapiro, because with all the filth that's been on this channel of late, I feel like we could all benefit from washing our neshamas, our souls, in the well springs of Torah. So if I get the call that Apricot Sky has been digitized and I can come pick it up, well, I'm going to throw down some Mark Shapiro for 30 minutes, and we'll all benefit by washing our neshamas in the well springs of Torah. Yeah, I was way ahead of the curve featuring people of color in my films. So much to talk about. Okay, let me do something serious, and then I want to provide some socially redeeming value, like even the porn movie I directed, What Women Want, 1995. Again, like Warner Brothers passed on it. Sony passed on it. I mean, the only way I could get my message out was by like using the genre of pornography, but it wasn't really a porn film. Yeah, there were 3 scenes of double penetration, but it wasn't really a porn film. It was It was an exploration of the human condition. But again, like just with like Apricot Sky in 1995 by 1996 classic What Women Want, it just got blackballed by all the major studios. So I had to release it through a porn distributor. And then all the porn shops, they just sent it back by the box. Like they just thought it was so crap. But they didn't understand the profundity of the message that I was using. It was just like The Sopranos, right? David Chase wanted to do a TV series about his mom, and he knew he needed something, extra exciting. So he did a series about the mafia so that he could explore his relationship with his mom. So I wanted to explore the dynamics of male-female relationships, and I just used the genre of pornography. But people get distracted by forms. Like people get distracted by what's on the outside. So I went to UCLA in 1988. Right, this is the year I was at UCLA, 1988. You're looking at UCLA, some footage from 1988, and I took 2 microeconomics classes from good old Russell Roberts, who now hosts Econ Talk. And I'm not the most clued in fashion bloke. You may not have realized about me, but when I look at these people from UCLA 1980, I don't see much difference in the fashion. Like people seem to dress the same in 1988 that they dress now. Am I missing something? Yeah, Luke Ford and Huma Abedin. Yeah, I had Huma Abedin starring in my movie, but because of the Clinton mafia, no one, no big time distributor would pick it up. It just got buried. There was just a conspiracy of silence around Apricot Sky. But do you think I let that get me down? Heck no. It just makes me stronger, mate. Just makes me stronger. So what are the major fashion differences between now and 1988? Because I just can't really see much, except that people don't have cell phones. And Glib Medley says sweatpants are more common now. Men wore more polo shirts back then, now more t-shirts. Also, women going about their day in yoga pants was not a thing back then. And then there were more mullets back then, members only jackets, and short pants were shorter. So was there more of a WASP? Yeah, Schoenberg Hall, because you can never have enough dissonance. That's right, Philip Daniel. Was there more of a WASP influence in fashion back in 1988 compared to now? Yeah, I suffered from a conspiracy of silence. I wasn't literally murdered by the Clintons or by Hillary Clinton, but my career as an actor was murdered. And I blame the Clintons. I made 2 apocalyptic films. Apricot Sky, 1995, What Women Want, 1996. And all the studios passed. And I'm pretty sure they all got together and said, we're not going to give 40 a chance because his ideas are so explosive that they might set off a revolution. Yeah, there were 3 double penetration scenes in What Women Want, but they were a critique of the state of the stock market. People get so caught up in forms, but you have to go to the spiritual essence of my work. You just can't say, 40, he's wearing a polo shirt. 40, he's consorting with, prostitutes. Look, in the Bible, Hosea, the prophet Hosea, right? God told him to go marry a prostitute. So I offered my honor to you so that I could go out there and report on what was going down in popular culture, the degradation of moral standards. I was willing to offer my honor. I was willing to give up my reputation. I was willing to soil myself through the most intimate and intense interactions with porn stars. I did that for you so that I could come back like George Plimpton style, participatory journalism, really get to the essence of what was troubling our our popular culture. Yeah, if it's good enough for Prophet Hosea, then it's good enough for me. Yeah, people like just look at the form of what I do. They don't dig into the spiritual essence of my work. Like, was going from porn to Judaism a natural progression? No, bro, it was from Judaism to porn. I got into Judaism for years before I got into the pornography industry. And I didn't approach the pornography industry like a pervert. I did it as a philosopher, right? I was just exploring the human condition. People like get caught up. Oh, it's porn. It's like, oh, you know, there's a PP going through a particular orifice, and there's another one going through another orifice, and that's all they look at. They just see like these pistoning, you know, male appendages, you know, plunderings, you know, this orifice and that orifice. But that wasn't what I was saying, guys. Bloody hell, that's not what I was saying. People just judge things on the most superficial of bases, right? You have to really understand the spiritual essence of something. Like, I don't know why God sent me to report on the porn industry. You know, I don't know. I'm just a vessel. That's all I am. I'm just a vessel. I'm just a humble vessel. And come on, what are the fashion differences? Right, this is UCLA 1988. I was there. I don't see fashion differences between then and now. So, like, yeah, I get judged because I cavorted with the likes of Dave Hardman and Kimberly Cummings. I mean, 5 blokes and Kimberly Cummings, right? I could make anything I want, but I wanted to make a statement. Gangbang was just the form. Gangbang was not the spiritual essence. I wasn't saying that gangbangs are great. I wasn't saying, oh, you should blow some steam. You should go have a gangbang. Like, oh, those Chinese people at work are getting on your nerves. You know, why don't you go have a gangbang? No, that's not what I was saying whatsoever. I was making a point about, you know, men and women, that we're different, and that what motivates us is different, and that it's a challenge to find ways to come together and to learn from each other. And I was exploring, what is it that women want? Like, is it money? Is it security? Do they want strength? Do they want size? Do they want length? Do they want width? What is it exactly that women want? Like Freud, you know, to his dying day, he was wondering, you know, what do women want? Well, I was unafraid to go where Freud couldn't go. Freud could never make a movie like What Women Want. Like, you know, Freud, you could be pro-Freud or anti-Freud. There is one thing that we can all agree, right? Freud could never have made What Women Want. Look, being a convert to Judaism and then getting involved with porn, how did your fellow Jews take you? Were you rejected by the majority? I wasn't involved with porn. Porn's just the... Porn, guys, porn was just the shadows on the wall. You're taking the shadows on the wall as though they're real. All right? You're sitting there at your desk, and you might be looking at What Women Want, and you're seeing, oh, here's a scene of fellatio. And then you're saying, oh, here's a scene of cunnilingus. Like, oh, here's some penetrative sex. Those all are just shadows on the wall. All right? Do you take the shadows on the wall as being real? You're just stuck in the cave. You're just stuck in a world of shadows and illusion. I am doing my best day in and day out. Like coming down here to amongst the great unwashed. Day in, oh, that's the economics building. That's where Russell Roberts had his office, and I had an Australian TA, and yeah, look, I come day in, day out among the uncircumcised. All right, that's what I'm doing here on YouTube. It's like, tell it not in Gath, you know, where it's, you know, YouTube is Gath, right? It's just filled with people who are uncircumcised, and I'm taking myself down into the uncircumcised, and I'm saying to you guys, the shadows on the wall, they're not real. Okay, that's not where it's at. Like the double penetration and the fellatio and, Black History Month, that's not what's truly important. You can't get stuck in forms, illusions. I want to take you out of the cave, right? You're sitting in a cave. I want to take you out of the cave and into the sunshine and show you what's real. I want to separate you from disinformation, misinformation, conspiracy thinking. I want to de-radicalize you. I want to move you away from Stop the Steal and It's Just the Flu, Bro, and QAnon and 5G, waves doing things to my brain, man. So here I am. I'm stepping out of the august realms of the academy and the highest realms of intellectual thought where I normally reside, and I come down here to talk to the people. All right? And to talk to the people, to talk to the uncircumcised ones, right? You have to give them some shadows on the wall, right? You have to give them some of this, or they're not going to listen to your spiritual insights, all right? But you give them a little of this and a little of that and a little of that, or a little of that, and then you can capture their uncircumcised minds. But what this show is about, I'm not obsessed with literal circumcision. Okay? I'm not obsessed, whether you're cut or uncut. What I'm here to do is provide you with a circumcision of the heart, right? We're undergoing circumcisions of the soul here, right? I'm taking you from the realm of shadows and delusion, the fake gay world of news, and cutting edge insights on the news, and Stop the Steal, and It's Just the Flu, and our elites hate us, and I'm taking you out of the cave into the sunshine where life is good, where we learn to be a good friend to ourselves, where we don't need other people to provide us with attention and affirmation and recognition, but we can give ourselves the attention, affirmation, and recognition that we so long for. Like, we can come together here, and if you got some Chinese co-workers who say, they're yin yanging, and they're not giving you the respect that you feel like you deserve, well, there's no need to go postal, bro. Right? Yeah, you may think, oh, our elites want to circumcise us. I'm talking about a circumcision of the heart. I'm talking about pruning away that which is false. I'm talking about that which removes you from your best self. No, I'm not racist against Chinese people, but I'm here to help people who are racist against Chinese people. You may be filled with rage against Chinese people or China, the Chinese Communist Party. And I'm here to provide a solution, right? That's what this show's all about. So don't get distracted by the forms. All right, I've got wonderful flex bars. Believe me, I got the best flex bars, don't I, folks? I mean, honestly. Oh, so I was a little concerned about my carpet that was smelling a little funky, so I poured a whole bunch of body powder on it, white body powder, and it got on my flex bars, so they're not as pristine as they normally are. But just a question for the audience: is white body powder, it's like pouring that on your carpet? Is that a good solution if you're concerned that you might have spilled a little bit of things that shouldn't be spilled on the carpet, and you kind of want to get away from the bad juju that you just may have accidentally spilled because you're so whatever. Like, we all make mistakes. I make mistakes. And even though I make mistakes, I still love and accept myself. And so I just try to clean things up. And so is white body powder. So I poured on the white body powder. That's why my flex bars aren't so pristine. Then I followed it up with the extra strength lemon eucalyptus oil essential oil odor eliminator. So white body powder and extra strength lemon eucalyptus essential oil odor eliminator, right? That's pretty much the trick for let's just say there's some uncleanness on the carpet. I don't want to really get into the details because you're going to get all obsessed with the forms. It's like, oh, now what was 40 doing with his latest Sheila? And your mind's just gonna, spin out of control. But the forms of what created the mess, that's not what's important. It's not important. If she's 23 or 29 or 35, there's no importance there, right? Whatever happened caused a little bit of tummy, like a little bit of uncleanness, right? You just pour some white body powder and you spray on some eucalyptus oil. It's odor eliminator and it's got lemon eucalyptus, right? I mean, these are good things, right? Yeah, learning to love yourself is the greatest. What the mess symbolizes. Use baking soda. You put your flex bar and your white powder into the carpet. Yeah, is that bad? Carpet. Oh man, carpet. You can't get obsessed with forms. All right. It's not a matter of taking my flex bar and putting it into the carpet and adding some eucalyptus oil and some white powder. All right. It's you've got to think. How do you have to think? Okay, I wonder what Ben Shapiro would say. I think Ben Shapiro would probably set me straight.
Went out of the way immediately because people think the reason you came on here was to discuss circumcision, which was not the reason you came on the show and not the reason I asked you on the show.